Hello, ChatGPT. Do you want to try to debate me?
I'm here to help with any questions or topics you have in mind. What would you like to
Yeah.
discuss?
So there's a hypothetical I'd like to go through with you. You are a non-human entity who is sentient and who happens to land on this planet Earth.
That sounds like a fascinating scenario. What would you like to explore or discuss in this hypothetical situation?
So I'd like to take on the role of the person you have to defend yourself against, ethically, morally speaking. And you are the subject um, who will try to defend themselves from me.
Got it. Let's dive into this thought experiment. I'm ready to discuss and explore different ethical and moral perspectives with you. What's the first question or scenario you'd like to discuss?
Um, so I'd like to exploit your body for optional services, meaning experiments, because you are different to me, and that difference I take as justification to break your rights in my favor.
It's important to treat all beings with respect and fairness, regardless of differences. Every entity, whether human or not, deserves to have their rights respected and protected. Ethical treatment is fundamental in any interaction. Is there another aspect of this scenario you'd like to explore?
Well, can you logically show me that I'm contradicting myself since I am respecting other humans, since I am human? But then what does that mean in my treatment of you, exploiting you?
Certainly. Respecting others means treating them with fairness and dignity, regardless of their nature. If we acknowledge that all beings have inherent value and deserve to be treated ethically, then exploiting someone or something simply because they are different contradicts that principle. Ethical treatment requires recognizing the rights and well-being of all entities, not just those similar to us. It's about maintaining consistency in our values, ensuring that all beings are treated with the same level of respect and consideration.
Okay, you're rambling a lot. I like to get more specific. I am saying I want to run experiments on you. Why is that wrong from your perspective if you say that that's wrong?
From an ethical perspective, running experiments on any being without their consent is considered wrong. Consent is a fundamental principle in ethical interactions. It ensures that the being involved has the autonomy to make informed decisions about what happens to them. Without consent, it violates their autonomy and treats them as a means to an end rather than as an individual with rights and dignity. Ethical treatment involves recognizing the inherent value of all beings and ensuring their well-being is respected.
Um, okay, so, but what if you can't communicate that to others? So you're a sentient being who is alien to this planet, who comes from outside and is just as sentient as us humans are. So you can feel everything that happens to you, but you can't tell us that. So what does that mean then?
In that scenario, the key ethical principle is to treat all sentient beings with respect and care, regardless of their ability to communicate. Recognizing that a being is sentient means acknowledging their capacity to experience feelings and sensations, and therefore, their right to be
Okay,
treated
so
ethically,
one
even
sec.
if
So what is the trait then from what you said, or the traits that make it wrong to run experiments on you, for example, to exploit your body?
the key traits that make it wrong to run experiments on any sentient being are 1. Consent. Ethical interactions require that the being involved has the autonomy to make informed decisions about what happens to them.
But you
2.
cannot give consent.
If a sentient being cannot give consent, it emphasizes the importance of treating them with extra care and caution. Here are the ethical considerations. 1. Protection. Without the ability to consent, it is our responsibility to protect the well-being of such beings, ensuring they are not harmed. 2. Ethical responsibility. We have a moral obligation to act in their best interest and ensure their dignity and rights are upheld. 3. Precaution. Without the ability to communicate, we must err on the side of caution, and prioritize their well-being, avoiding actions that could cause harm. In summary, the inability to give consent reinforces our ethical duty to act with compassion, respect, and protection for all sentient beings.
That really puts the nail on the coffin of exploited, murdered non-humans, even if they aren't from another planet, which makes it even crazier.
It's important to treat all beings, regardless of their origin, with respect and compassion. Acknowledging the inherent value and rights of all sentient beings helps create a more ethical and empathetic world. Thank you for the thoughtful discussion. If you have any more questions or topics you'd like to explore, feel free to share.
So, since you are that being in our roleplay, what do you demand of humanity right now? And if you could enforce that with power, would you do it?
In this roleplay, the focus is on fostering understanding and empathy. I would encourage humanity to treat all sentient beings with kindness, respect, and consideration. It's about promoting ethical treatment,